still looking at that injury?
I don't have any info yet. I haven't talked to the medical people.
That last sequence there, almost over 2 minutes of zone time on the 6-on-5. What did you see?
Oh, we had great looks the last 10, 12 minutes. We had a breakaway in the third period, a partial breakaway, a 2-on-1, a bunch of chances around the front of the net. So we were very good in the third, created enough. Didn't finish some of it. We got to finish better. Some of it you got to credit. Syracuse blocked a ton of shots, and Almafelt was beyond excellent tonight.
How did special teams prove to be the difference?
Yeah, power play is not very good right now. Just is in one of those funks, and it needs to be better. Because obviously we played a really good game, played good enough to win, and that's one of the key differences right there.
You talked about getting the message to this team that just continue to play the right way and break through. Is that sort of what the message is after a game like that, especially when it comes to 5-on-5?
Yeah, I thought we did a lot of good things tonight. I mean, that's an old, heavy, deep team with a massive decor. And it's hard, and there's a reason I think they're first in the American League in goals against. They don't give up a lot. They play they sit back, they play structured, they sit back in the 1-1-3 in the neutral zone. And like I said, we created enough tonight to get to a 3 or a 4, on the number. One of them needs to be a power play goal. And obviously we didn't get that. And then we created enough to score a few more. And you got to find a way. And like I said, credit to their goaltender.
How do you feel that Devin just handled not a lot of action, but obviously made a couple of key saves?
He was rock solid. Looked in control, looked calm. Like you said, didn't have a massive workload. Because I thought we defended really well. We defended hard. They are a heavy team, an older team, and I thought when we were in the D zone, we did a good job defending in front of them.
Is it difficult for him to come down, and it's not his team, and he's been here before, but to get the right feel and all of that, or not? Is it an easy transition?
I guess you'd have to ask him. So I think that there's a lot of connectivity between us and Buffalo, the way that Kevin runs the organization, and how much part of training camps and development camps and all those different things. So I think he's pretty comfortable coming down. He knows a lot of these guys, whether that's from development camps over the years or whatever it is. So like I said, that'd be a question for him, but I think his comfort level is pretty high. This week, and then we'll just take it right now, week by week. He's not going to play both. We're not going to put him in a 3 and 4 with a 7 o'clock game, then a 3 o'clock game the next afternoon. So he'll play one of the two in Laval this weekend.
How was Bill from as a player since you were after you guys?
He's been really good. He's gaining more confidence offensively. He's playing more assertive. His gaps are getting better. It's a big adjustment. You're going from, first of all, the language adjustment and moving away from home and other side of the world. And then you're on North American ice sheet, in Russia on the big ice sheet, you have all kinds of time and space. And nobody forechecks that hard really, because it's not worth it on the Olympic size ice. So, having to get used to the physicality, the lack of time, all of those things. And he's done a very good job of that. And then there's adjustments he still needs to make. I mean, he needs to keep getting his foot speed better. He needs to keep making decisions. He got that pass in the slot on the line rush in the second period. He had a guy open for a backside one-timer, and it's a half second late. But he's doing a lot of good things right now.
Is there a level of comfort for you as a coach when Brandon Byro gets back into this lineup? His defensive.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of our rocks. He's one of our key guys at both ends of the ice. He's one of the rare players that is one of your best offensive players and is also, arguably your best defensive player. And that just isn't, it's a rare trait. And even at the end, right? He's playing the point. He's playing defense out there 6-on-5 and executing at a pretty high level. So, I have immense trust in Brandon.
What's your message to him, I guess? I mean, we saw tonight that he creates, so what's your message from him?
Embrace how hard it is. Adversity and failure is where great majority of your growth comes from as a human, as a player. And if you attack it and look it head on and don't shy away from it, and he doesn't. So much of your growth, so much of the growth he had last year was forged by the failure and the struggle of the first half of the season. And it makes you fight to get better and growth from that. And, he's doing that right now. He's doing a lot of good things. The puck's not going in. He hits the crossbar at the end. And, he's had some big time chances last game. 2 games ago, goalie doesn't see it. It hits the shaft of his stick. And so we're probably not asking those questions if 1 or 2 of those goes in, or if he ties the game with 45 seconds to go or 2 seconds to go on the one-timer. Right now it's just not going in as much. But he put himself in great position to create a lot of offense tonight at the same time.
It's maybe him, the puck not going in for him is perhaps magnified because it's also not going in for Roseanne.
Yeah.
These 2 guys that, you relied on for goals, and
it's what Quinn and Peterka had to go through, is that we need them to be drivers. We don't oversign veterans and block the path and the development process of our young players, our young prospects. And last year they had great years and they were a big part of it, but now they need to take that next step, which, and that was kind of the second half of that year with Quinn and Peterka, which is now we need you every night. We need you to drive us, our competitiveness, our pace, and our offense. So it's a good, healthy pressure that they're under, while having a target on their back. Everybody knows that they're first rounders and certainly going to be making sure attention's paid to them when they're on the ice.
You don't want to. Go ahead, Jackson.
Hey, Seth, it's Jackson. You got me okay?
Yes.
I'm sorry if you were asked about this already, but Mason Jobst, just what are you seeing from him? What's making him click out there?
Oh, Jobst is he's just kind of a Swiss Army knife for us. He's a natural center. He can play wing if he needs to. He can check on your fourth line. He can play up on a skill line. He wins faceoffs. He can play net front on the power play, can play bumper, he can play the flank, and he's also a solid penalty killer for us. So, there's a reason we've kept bringing him back. He's a culture driver. He's a great teammate. And I think what he's doing now, what he did in the second half of last year in the playoffs and what he's doing this year is what he always believed. I always believed that he had in him. He just didn't. It's hard. The American League's hard, and it took him 3.5 years to kind of gain a foothold and gain a consistent spot in the lineup, to make some traction in his career. And credit to him that once he did, he fights pretty hard not to lose it.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
How did you see the hit on Stone?
I haven't seen the hit on Stillman. Haven't seen it. No.